Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Ayesha from CxO Global Forum, a knowledge sharing platform for all the C-levels across Pakistan and around the globe. Every time we have some very interesting guests with us today as well. We have Mr. Umair Ahmed, who is the Chief Financial Officer at Merit Packaging Limited. Assalamualaikum sir, कैसे हैं आप?
वालेकुम सलाम, अल्लाह का शुक्र। आप सुनाएं क्या हाल है, कैसे हैं?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. Okay, so sir, अभी तक आपका दिन कैसा गुजरा? It's evening 6 p.m. in Pakistan.
Yes, it is evening 6 p.m. और जैसा फाइनेंस का निकलता है that you have to be managing everything all the day. So yes, it was just like that.
Okay. So, sir, before starting off with this discussion, I would want you yourself to please let our audience know who Mr. Umair Ahmed basically is.
Well, me as an Umair Ahmed is currently working as a CFO at Merit Packaging Limited. I came from Chirag Packaging Limited before I joined here as a CFO, and there I worked about 13 years. I have a financial background, and I've done my ECCA and ICMAP, and these are the few details about me. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, I would want to know what initially drew your attention towards finance, and how did you started off with your career in this field?
इसमें मैं एक बात कहना चाहूँगा, as you know about Pakistan society. Basically, I started off with the aspiration to become an engineer or a doctor. जैसे कि हमारे पास generally एक बात की जाती है, right? But at the intermediate, you just realize that you cannot be an engineer or a doctor. Then you go for finance. मेरे साथ भी कुछ इसी तरीके से एक path create हुआ, and basically because of one of also the factors was that my father, my brother, my uncle is also an accountant. So that was the kind of thing कि जैसे that the saying goes कि if an engineer के family में engineers ही होते हैं. So my family is accountant, so I'm also an accountant. Yeah. So that was the journey for me. Yeah.
Sahi, right. So, sir, could you share some key milestones or turning points in your career that led you to become the Chief Financial Officer today?
If I go back to my basics, I think the main thing that I took the right decision was to join an audit firm. I can उसका नाम मैं ले लेता हूँ, Grant Thornton International. And that was the main reason कि जिसकी वजह से I am here as a CFO, because one thing that is very important about these CA firms or CMA firms is that they give you very basic knowledge and very basic understanding, the practical understanding of the finance field, which are very much important as you grow in the financial field. So the basic thing I think was the turning point, you can say, that I started my career from Grant Thornton.
Okay, right. So, sir, जैसे आप कह रहे थे कि you started off with the engineering and medical field, and then you had to become go into finance because everybody else was doing accountancy in your family. So I would want to ask कि आपके शुरू के challenges जो थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा हुए होंगे, if I am not wrong. The challenges that you faced in your early career, I would ask.
देखिए, challenges to start में obviously when you start a career, सबसे पहला तो challenge ये होता है कि then that your bookish knowledge is very much different from your experience. So that was the first challenge, that you have to understand, and that you have to accept that okay, the book is fine, but the experience is something different. तो वो challenge अलग था कि that you have to understand the whole basics of finance, how finance works actually. क्योंकि जब आप बुक पढ़ते हैं तो बुक के अंदर क्या होता है कि you have just one or two things that you have to find out, but in the finance, when you are in a practical field, you have many moving parts that you have to see across. तो main challenge तो ये था. Second challenge जो मेरे लिए था at my previous employment at Ghulam Farooq Group was that the organization was growing so fast that I have to pace up with the growth of the company. So at that time, so I had a challenge that I have to be ahead to the curve of और उसके अंदर मुझे अपने आप को बेहतर रखना है, because the organization do not work in a vacuum. If you don't uh, grow yourself beyond, तो obviously it will be managed by someone else, और आपकी जो opportunity है वो
Right.
फिर fade भी हो जाती है. So that was also one of the challenge. Because of that, obviously I grew at that level.
Right, right. Okay. So, sir, I would want to know how did you basically develop the leadership skills which are necessary to be in a position like a chief financial officer today?
देखिए, लीडरशिप स्किल्स बेसिकली, मेरी जो अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, दैट लीडरशिप स्किल्स बेसिकली डिपेंड्स ऑन योर मेंटर्स जिसके अंडर आप काम कर रहे हैं. So I think
Right.
I was very much जिसे कहते हैं blessed enough that I had good mentors across my finance career, जिसमें मेरे last employment में Grant Thornton में, and currently my CEO obviously, they are all very good in giving me the tips and tricks and how you can lead your team, how can you pace up yourself, and how can you uh, make yourself better each and every day. तो जो जो आपके मेंटर्स होते हैं, दे प्ले अ वेरी वाइटल रोल
Definitely
इन
right.
योर ग्रोथ ऑब्वियसली. तो लीडरशिप में जो सबसे चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट जो मैंने सीखी है, दैट यू हैव टू कीप योर लोअर स्टाफ, जो भी आपके अंडर जितने भी अपराध हैं, यू हैव टू कीप देम लर्निंग, यानी कि उनको आप अपनी जो भी
Absolutely
नॉलेज
right.
है उसको इम्पार्ट करें. You keep on
Right.
imparting your knowledge to your subordinates, and that's the one key element of the leadership that I have learned.
Right. So, sir, what would you consider one of your most significant professional achievements so far? There might be many, but the one significant achievement that you would want to mention here.
Yes, there are many, obviously. Significant achievement जिससे मैं कह सकता हूँ कि जो चिराग पैकेजिंग जो मेरी लास्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट था, आई वाज पार्ट ऑफ इट,
Okay.
and the significant achievement was that I managed the whole finances of that company. Obviously my जो हमारे जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट थी, माय बॉस थे, ही वाज वेरी मच काइंड इनफ टू गिव मी द जिसे कहते हैं ओपन एरिया टू प्ले ऑफ.
Right.
तो उसके अंदर मैंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा बेहतर तरीके से अपने आप को परफॉर्म किया, एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज द मेन अचीवमेंट, दैट कि जैसे जैसे कंपनी ग्रो करती गई, एंड आई वाज good enough to manage the finances and और उसको proper तरीके से manage करना. That was one of the achievement which really is helping here also at Merit Packaging.
Definitely right, right. So, sir, according to you, what personal traits or habits do you believe are crucial to have to be successful as a CFO?
There are two things I believe very important. One is growth mindset that you must have, और दूसरी चीज़ है empathy. If you have an empathy, दो चीज़ें सबसे important है if you want to achieve anything. क्योंकि growth mindset के बगैर you cannot grow beyond a certain level.
Definitely
बहुत सी
right.
मैंने एग्जांपल्स हैं मेरे पास, जैसे आपके पास भी ऑब्वियसली यू मस्ट हैव सीन पीपल कि जो अपने आप को स्टक कर लेते हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द रिवॉर्ड्स. इफ यू आर गेटिंग द रिवॉर्ड्स देन आप परफॉर्म करेंगे, अदरवाइज
You're
यू
right.
डोंट. नाउ दिस हैज अ वेरी बैड इम्पैक्ट ऑन द पर्सन इटसेल्फ, क्योंकि यू जस्ट स्टक इनटू अ वेरी विशियस साइकिल कि आपने परफॉर्म नहीं करना बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव पे, एंड बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव पे यू डो नॉट परफॉर्म, एंड देन यू जस्ट आप फिर ग्रो नहीं करते. सो ग्रोथ माइंडसेट इज one of the key, and empathy, empathize with your colleagues, empathize with your staff members, but don't over empathize. That is also one of the pitfalls. So empathy is very, very important, and growth mindset is one of the key.
Okay. So, sir, I would want to ask, being the chief financial officer here at Merit Packaging, how do you maintain a work-life balance? Because you would have many responsibilities being the CFO here.
आई थिंक वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि आपके पास जो टीम है इट शुड बी वेरी मच कॉम्पिटेंट एंड गुड,
Right.
क्योंकि वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस उसी वक्त मेंटेन हो सकता है. इफ़ यू डोंट हैव अ कॉम्पिटेंट टीम देन यू हैव टू मैनेज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स जो कि स्पिल ओवर्स होते हैं, जो आप कह सकते हैं कि आपकी टीम कॉम्पिटेंट नहीं है, उन्होंने कोई काम गलत कर दिया, देन यू हैव टू मेक थिंग्स राइट. सो इफ़ यू हैव अ कॉम्पिटेंट टीम and good team और टीम वर्क अच्छा है, तो आई थिंक वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाता है आपके पास आपकी लाइफ के अंदर. The second thing is that you must have enough staff in your organization कि जिसकी वजह से किसी एक बंदे पर प्रेशर ना आए. I have seen organizations जहाँ पे staffing की requirement होती है but they still don't want to hire people
Right.
just because of I don't know what is the reason. Maybe जिसके अंदर सबसे मेन इम्पोर्टेंट जो टास्क जो पॉइंट बताया जाता है कि दैट विल इंक्रीज द ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट, बट एक बंदे की या दो बंदों की ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट इज नॉट दैट मच हाई एज कम्पेयर टू अदर कॉस्ट. तो आई थिंक proper staff, number of staff, not overstaffed, not understaffed, proper staff with a good team really lead to a work-life balance for yourself and obviously for your team also.
Right. Okay. So, sir, I would want to ask an important question here. How do you stay updated with the latest, I would ask, financial trends that are changing, just to ensure that you have an effective financial management?
For that, I am right now a member of ACCA and ICMA also. So
Right.
they have a policy of continued professional development, CPDs. तो उनकी तरफ से एक कंटिन्यूड अपडेट्स आती रहती हैं, प्लस सेमिनार्स होते हैं, डिफरेंट workshops होती हैं that I regularly attend. So that really helps me to keep update on the trends, to keep yourself ahead of the curve, so that you know what is happening and what's going to impact your organization, and you just try to insulate it to against any future impacts.
Right. Okay. So I would want to ask, being the CFO, what aspects of working in finance do you find most rewarding?
The most rewarding thing about finance is that it's a backbone of any organization, obviously. जिसे हम कहते हैं कि प्रोडक्शन एंड मार्केटिंग फॉर माई सेल्फ, जो मैं समझता हूँ कि प्रोडक्शन एंड मार्केटिंग आर द हार्ट्स एंड माइंड्स ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, देन द फाइनेंस इज द बैकबोन, जो कि स्ट्रक्चर पूरा जो लेके चलता है. सो उसमें सबसे जो अच्छी चीज़ है फाइनेंस के अंदर, दैट everything goes through the finance, and because of that it just leads you to the operations and understanding the whole thing, and it just connects all the departments across, and you have an opportunity to become the chief operating officer, or maybe a partner of a CEO, to help him understand the whole picture of the organization. तो ये चीज़ सबसे ज़बरदस्त मुझे लगती है कि that you know every aspect of the organization from top to bottom.
Sahi, right. So, sir, outside of work, what are some of your hobbies or interests that you're passionate about?
One thing that I do most is to read a book.
Right.
That I try to read a book, because अगर time कम होता है तो obviously I don't. So books reading जो कि non-fictional mainly that I like to read. Secondly, I use an app called Blinkist. That's one of the great app. जिसमें if you don't have time to read the book, you can just read the summary and understand the summary if you want. तो आप कोई बुक, उस बुक को आप फिर ओवरऑल रीड भी कर सकते हैं. सो दैट्स वन ऑफ द हॉबीज. देन आई वॉच मूवीज टू जस्ट to relax myself. That's the main two hobbies that I have.
Right. Okay. So, sir, I would want you to please, what that one piece of advice would you be sharing with the audience in order to lead them through this financial leadership position?
As I've said, there are two things that you must have in your mind. One is the growth mindset, that is very crucial. And second thing is empathy. And third thing is that you keep your staff, जिसे कहते हैं कि आप अपने स्टाफ को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, जिसे कहते हैं लर्निंग के लिए आप लेकर आए. These are the three things that you must have if you want to succeed in any kind of a profession. ग्रोथ माइंडसेट नहीं होगा तो यू कैन नॉट ग्रो. ऑब्वियसली एम्पैथी नहीं होगी तो आपके जो आसपास के जितने भी अफराद हैं वो फ्रस्ट्रेट रहेंगे. और अगर आप लोगों को सिखाएंगे नहीं, देन यू डोंट हैव द चांस टू ग्रो योरसेल्फ, बिकॉज यू हैव टू लेट गो समथिंग टू ग्रैब समथिंग. तो आप जब तक कि अपने लोअर स्टाफ को चीज़ें नहीं देंगे, डेलीगेट नहीं करेंगे, यू कैन नॉट गो टू द नेक्स्ट पोजीशन. So these are the three things I think most important if you want to succeed in your career.
Okay, thank you for these, I would say, advices, sir. Lastly, how would you describe your experience with CxO Global Forum?
It's been a great experience, obviously, because it is a bunch of people who are at the top of their career. ज़्यादातर जो है that they are CEOs, CEOs, and the decision makers. And to interviews हैं and all the things, they are very much good and amazing. So it's been a very good experience being with the CxO forum. And जो इनका meetup होता है, that is also one of the best part, that when you go there and meet many people across the domain, जिसमें finance में भी होते हैं, IT से होते हैं, production से होते हैं, that is a very good meetup that I really enjoy there. So these are one of the great experiences that I have with the CxO.
Right. Okay. So done with this short interaction here, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that our viewers would be able to learn from you as much as I did. And once again, thank you so much for pulling out time for this discussion.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Ayesha.
Thank you. Take care.
Allah Hafiz.